Hello everyone, and welcome to this Teams Live presentation with FirstNet. In today's presentation, I will be talking to you about how to secure your corporate network in a remote worker or teleworker environment with FirstNet and our wide range of security as a service offerings. Technologies like Access Anywhere and borderless networking have now been thrust into the forefront as businesses scramble to find solutions to allow their staff to work from home and access resources on their corporate network safely and securely. But with the traditional office network now disappearing and users connecting remotely, security of users' machines becomes paramount to ensure the corporate network stays safe. IT administrators and security officers are now faced with many more dilemmas. How do they secure users' home networks? Do they look at purchasing firewalls and other appliances to provide this? Due to the high price of security appliances, even entry-level ones, the answer to this is generally no. Even then, would this approach help ensure that the corporate network's data is safe, even after a remote user's machine is infected or breached? Once again, the answer is no. Administrators are forced to consider if traditional VPN is secure enough. What happens if a VPN user's credentials are compromised? All these concerns lead to one thing: added stress. This is where FirstNet can help you. Customers that currently have a FortiGate firewall, whether it be on-prem or in the cloud, can leverage this existing investment quickly and easily to provide added security, protection, and help ensure a better security stance to cater for their remote workforce. Customers can take up our two-factor as a service offering, which provides two-factor authentication for all their VPN users at a low monthly cost, thus helping to mitigate against credential theft and weak or unsecure passwords. With FirstNet's Enterprise Management as a service, customers can ensure that a user's machine is running antivirus, has all the latest Windows patches, and that their installed applications are also up to date and not vulnerable, all before being allowed access to the corporate network. Endpoint compliance can be configured in many different ways, with several compliance rules to ensure a user's machine has excellent security posture before being granted access to corporate resources. Customers can go even as far as to apply the same web and application filters to the user's machines, thus ensuring productivity remains high, while the chance of unproductive behavior remains low. Up next is a short video demonstrating how endpoint compliance works and a brief overview of the features enterprise management services can bring to our customers. In this common scenario, we have the corporate business network of Marvel Enterprises secured behind a FortiGate running SSL VPN. Remote users connect to the Marvel network via SSL VPN to access the company's network and resources. On our endpoint management console, we can see PCs with the associated users connected to the EMS server. Clicking on the PC will give us a deeper view of the OS, IP address, MAC address, what features are applied to the client, and as well as if they are compliant with any host verification tags. We are able to see web filter events, where any web violations and blocked websites are picked up, firewall events, vulnerability events, as well as any system events on the client. For the purposes of this demo, we have applied Demo 2, and on Demo 2, you can see the ability to apply antivirus features, anti-exploit. We have sandbox abilities, web filters, which we have turned on, and we have applied a generic set of rules to. We also have firewall abilities for application control, VPN, so you can deploy and manage company VPNs automatically by the system, and as well as vulnerability scans, where you can scan for vulnerabilities and provide maintenance and patch updates to different applications and the operating system on your client machines. For compliance verification rules, we have only set one tag currently, but I'll show to you that the rules that you can create are not only based on antivirus like we have for this, but we have the ability to look at a number of different things to ensure compliance with a machine before it's allowed on the network. For instance, you can ensure that a user is on a certain AD group. You can ensure that the client is managed by EMS. You can ensure they have a certain file on their machine. Running process, sandbox, the list goes on. And from a vulnerable devices perspective, it's really great to ensure that users are patched and up to date and not vulnerable before they connect to your network. As mentioned earlier, we are doing an antivirus test. And in this rule, we've simply made sure that the client is running antivirus and that it's installed correctly. If we go to our host tag monitor, we will see that currently our user, Mr. T Stark, is connected and he is AV compliant. Our firewall has been configured to synchronize host verification tags from our enterprise management server. We can see that user T Stark, who is connected over the VPN, has been applied the AV compliant FSSO group. The related firewall policy, as you see here, allows users that are AV compliant to connect to the Marvel server. We are now connected to T Stark's machine, and we can see the Forti client is connected to EMS, and the user is currently VPN'd into the Marvel network. By using a simple ping, we can see that there is basic connectivity to the Marvel server. Currently the user is AV compliant, but if I disable the real-time protection, the endpoint client will detect the change and sync the information back to EMS and then in turn to the firewall. You can now see that the host tag has been removed and now the connectivity has dropped. If we re-enable the antivirus on the system, we will now be able to gain access to the system as the host will be termed AV compliant once more. We just need to wait for the EMS client to sync the changes, notify the firewall, and the user should be granted access to the network again. And there we have it, connectivity restored. I hope that this presentation was informative and provided a helpful insight into how we can assist you in securing your remote workforce now and for the future. Please get in touch with us if you require any more information. Our sales team are looking forward to hearing from you. I thank you for your time.